Today we'll make Chinese style steamed fish with garlic and ginger. You may want to pause here for the ingredients and the preparation methods. Today we are going to make Chinese style steamed fish. Let's have a look at the ingredients. Today I have a medium-sized fish. You can use a sea fish or a freshwater fish. You're going to clean it, gut it, and remove the unnecessary parts like the fins and the tails, and then score the fish so that the flavor can go in and it cooks faster. Now for the condiments, we'll have 3 or 4 dried shiitake mushrooms, which we'll soak and thinly slice. We'll have about 2 centimeters of ginger, which we will thinly slice and shred. About 3 cloves of garlic, which we'll thinly shred. And this with about 1 tomato that we have thinly sliced, we'll go with the fish into the steamer. Then we have 1 red chili, which we have shredded, 3 or 4 stalks of spring onions, which we have thinly shredded, and 2 stalks or sprigs of coriander leaves, which we have thinly chopped. Now the chili, spring onions and coriander will go in after we've steamed the fish, and then we'll pour hot oil over it. To flavor the fish, we'll have salt, we'll have some Shaoxing cooking wine, we'll have soy sauce, we'll have oyster sauce, and we'll have a touch of sugar. And we'll need vegetable oil that we heat at the end, which we'll pour over the herbs. So let's assemble the fish and put it into the steamer. So let's start with the fish. We're just going to put a tad of salt on the fish because some of the salt will come from the soy sauce. And in this case, I usually salt just one side because the salt will then go down to the other side. I have a large steaming bowl. I'll place the fish into the bowl like this, and I'll remove this, and we can assemble the fish. Now I'm going to put just a tiny sprinkling of sugar just to add some sweetness. Just a small pinch like this. We don't want it to be sweet at all. Of course, if your soy sauce has some sweetness, then you can forego the sugar. I'm going to put some oyster sauce on the fish. Let me just move this aside. Because when we steam this, it will distribute by itself. Just put it in the center, it's fine. Next, we want to put the ginger on top of the fish so that the flavor can go into the slits. Like this. And we'll place a little bit of it into the cavity, like this. Then we'll place our garlic on top, like this, and also into the cavity. If you don't like so much of garlic, then you can reduce the amount. Personally, I like a lot of garlic, so I'll use this much of garlic, about 3 to 4 cloves. Next, the dried mushrooms. We will put some at the side and some on the top. It's not an exact science. Okay, just like this. We'll arrange it a little bit. We'll finish putting in the mushrooms. And then we'll place the tomatoes all around the fish, like this. This is to flavor the sauce. Just like this. Okay, you all get steam and you all break down afterwards, so it's not so important how it looks like. Remember that the balance of the condiments we'll put after the fish has steamed. Alright. So now I'm going to add in some soy sauce. Just sprinkle it all over the fish, just like this. We can just salt it on one side because as the fish cooks, the sauce will actually go flavor onto the other side. And I'm going to give it a splash of Shaoxing cooking wine. This is optional. Oops, that's a bit too much, but there we go. Right, so our fish is ready. We'll put it into the steamer and steam on high heat for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. So our steamer is heated up, and this is our arranged fish in the big bowl. So let's put it into the steamer, and we'll need to steam it on high heat for about 10 to 12 minutes. So as it steams, I will come back afterwards. So our fish has been steaming for 12 minutes. I'm going to turn off the flame and bring out the steam fish. Just 1 second. There we go. Looks perfect like this. Okay, you just remove the heat. Now before we flash the fish with some hot oil, you got to heat up like half a cup of vegetable oil to very hot temperature. Now what we're going to do now is to place the herbs on top. So I'm going to put the stem of the spring onion, a little bit of chili, just like this, and then the coriander leaves on top like that. Okay, and a bit of spring onions, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to get the hot oil. Just be careful that the oil is very hot. So you can see that our oil is smoking hot. Okay, just be careful when you put the spoon or when you pour the oil. Make sure that your spoon is not wet or anything. So I'm going to spoon some vegetable oil. You can use peanut oil or any vegetable oil that will take a high heat. Alright, so just a few spoons will be alright. So I'm just going to put the oil away carefully. So there we have it. This is Chinese style steamed fish. Now before we serve this, we just want to sprinkle the herbs with just a small sprinkling of salt because we haven't salted the herbs. Just like this. Okay, then we're ready to go. So you can try this. You can use any fish that you want and enjoy.